All right, guys, Back for Blood. Are we still playing this game or what? Anybody?
Yeah,
You guys playing it?
we're still playing.
it?
We're still playing
We're still
it.
playing it? Okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, because I had some good times. It's actually it's a pretty slick game. I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I haven't played. Let me make sure I get it right. Left 4 Dead, because the games are similarly titled by design. But I haven't played Left 4 Dead as much as you guys have. But I did play it before, and it reminds me of Left 4 Dead. It feels like it's 60 frames per second, smooth, looks good. I mean, it is what it claims.
I like
to
the
be,
teamwork. The teamwork's
opinion.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like how you work together. You got to kind of have a little bit of strategy. I mean, not completely. I mean, it's pretty run and gun, but the different kind of zombies, it's like you got to call out stuff, and I like that. That's a lot of fun.
Focus fire and all that.
Yeah, we're still playing. We haven't. I don't know. Did you finish the game yet, Ken?
No, I haven't gone through the campaign.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that far either yet. So yeah, we really have been enjoying it, and I don't think we played much more without you.
Oh, really? Okay.
So yeah, we still have a lot more to go in it, and
I think if I'm not mistaken, we just started Act 2.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so we can go back and play with you through the other stuff too, but we haven't had a whole lot of time to get together on that yet. But I'd like to get. It's fun when we, like you said, the co-op, the multiplayer, when we can all get together as a static group and just play the game and enjoy it. That's when it's at its most fun. So I haven't been playing it without you guys for that sake. I'm sure I would enjoy it, but then I'm sure I'd be done with it, and I wouldn't enjoy it as much if I wasn't playing with y'all. So
exactly, I have some games like that as well that I really only play co-op. I feel like SOTOR's like that. It's very good. I talked about that before, but it's very good solo, but it's just so good co-op that I'd rather just not play it.
Right. But the game's cool. It's got a lot of replayability with the card system. If you looked into any more of that, Ken, I'm not sure, but adds a lot of different effects. So I mean, you're doing runs kind of like Hades, right? Where every run's a little bit different. It's the same, a little bit different. And so you're going through all of the acts, and that's a run. If you beat the game, that's considered a run. And every time you play, there could be different cards that are put down that change the effects of the game. One might add fog, and otherwise you might see very clearly through the whole map, and then now you got this fog and you can't see 2 feet in front of you. And then you got a crazy enemy lurking through it or something, So there's a lot of different stuff.
I like that variety.
Yeah. And that's just in the corruption cards that the director plays, but then you also have, all kinds of cards to make your own deck to make it different no matter what character you're playing. You can make different play styles for each. So a lot of replayability there. So I can see us, even after we beat it the first time, many people go back and beat it more and more on different difficulties. So it'll be a game that I think we can enjoy for a long time, whether we're just like, hey, nothing else is going on, let's go shoot a few zombies, whatever.
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2, that was like the go-to. Back in the day, I used to work at a Best Buy, and you have like your group of people that play games, and like we'd work together all day, and then it'd be like, see ya on Left 4 Dead, and that was like our.
I thought you were about to say, see you guys in the test consoles. We'll play some Left 4 Dead in the store.
No,
he was on the Geek Squad.
Yeah, I was an official geek. Yep,
was
yeah, geek for life. Yep.
What'd you have to do to get that title, to get hired? Did you have to like program a VCR's clock or something?
They did.
Or nothing,
they asked me
nothing that hard.
There wasn't like a test like that, but the interview was a lot of technical questions. I'd be able to problem solve a little bit, prove that I can troubleshoot, that kind of thing. So yeah.
Turn it off and then turn it back on.
Oh yeah, that's.
Is it plugged in?
Is it plugged in?
That helps. That helps.
First thing.
Yeah, I see a lot of these Best Buy videos, these short ones, and these people get these computers delivered to them to repair, maintenance and repair. And I've seen some really nasty shit, man. Some people that just have like never cleaned their computers. They open them up and there's like 20 dead cockroaches in there with all kinds of dust and craziness. And you're like, how the hell did it get this bad? Where was this computer? Was it in the desert?
That's a biohazard. If you get one like that, you're like, bag it.
Yeah.
You grab the bag, you bag it, and then you call them up, be like, pick it up.
Have you guys seen one of those videos?
No.
They're pretty quick. They're like, this dude just dropped off this computer to me, and then just show the. It's crazy, man. You should go look one up when you can. It's pretty nuts.
Here, fix it.
I can't imagine.
I gotta clean it.
Right. I can't imagine the life of a PC is what, 6 years or so.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine. Yeah, that's true. I can't imagine that. Even just a normal environment that you keep this PC in, that it could ever get to that point that I see in those videos. So I'm just curious, what kind of meth lab in the desert are they playing this computer in? Like, it's confusing to me. I don't know, but I digress. Okay, cool. Well, Back 4 Blood. Yeah, we're having fun. Yeah. Recommend it so far. Fun gameplay shenanigans anyway.
It's definitely one of the games I want to finish and go back to now that I have finished Tales of Arise.
Ooh, okay.
Just finished Tales of Arise.
What'd you think?
About 50 hours. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the story. I wasn't a super fan of the combat. Like, the combat's good, but like it's like action RPG.
Mm.
And for that, I thought like Final Fantasy VII Remake was just like way better for an action RPG. And then I just
that's kind of how I felt about Nier Automata. Have you played that yet?
Yeah.
I liked Nier. I enjoyed it, but the combat was just not really satisfying for me. I mean, it was good. But there was something about it. I'm like, there's something missing about this game, you know.
And Nier came out a while ago.
Yeah,
because we played Automata.
Yeah,
and that came out maybe, I don't know, like 2013 or something.
Yeah, man, I'm sure if I played it back then, I'd probably be singing a different tune right now. But when I did play it, I was just like, I don't know, something. And it might be with all the new mechanics and the way games are being designed these days, it just felt a little lackluster. But I enjoyed the game. No doubt. I knew there was this craze about Nier. You know, all these people were dressing up in Halloween costumes. It's a underground craze right now. Everyone's loving it.
That's just the creator.
Right,
he loves putting on that giant helmet.
I remember that. Yeah.
I mean, so I do like the combat. There are a lot of games that do combat like that a little better, and it. You know what I don't like about it? It seems hard to avoid taking damage, like, because you have full control over your guy, and you have like a dodge, and you can do like a perfect dodge where you just miss stuff. But it just seems like there's not a lot of, you know, it just seems like sometimes you're just going to take damage, and it sucks. And I'm like, the whole thing, I'm like, well, maybe it'll get better. Maybe the window will get bigger, and there are some, you know, upgrades where the window does get bigger, but it's never satisfying in my opinion. And you can never just like one of the characters, Kisara, she has a shield and you can block, but everybody else just dodges, and I don't know, it just never seemed like you can avoid damage, and especially because of the way the combat is. When you do a move, the animation has to finish no matter what. Okay. So if you like do a little special move here and you miss, you can't cancel it. Shoot. You know, I like canceling stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But no, large game, you know, very, very great story, good graphics. I love the characters. You know, I was having fun with all of them.
That's good, yeah.
Shout out to Shion, Renwell, Kisara, Dohalim, and Alphen, you know. And Hoodle. Can't forget Hoodle.
That's good, man.
And Law. So, yeah.
Is that all of them?
All of them.
Is that all? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's all the main characters.
We got more time if you want, if there's more, okay.
Oh, well, I mean, there's Volron, Villain.
All right.
Yeah, there's all the Renner, all the Dana, all the slaves, all the masters, all the lords, you know, everybody from all the planets. So yeah, shout out to all of you. You know, there's more I could do, but I don't think I will, because and this kind of what I wanted to talk about. It's like I felt like I just got out of what's funny is I'm watching Holman, friend of the pod, Holman, play Persona 5 again. And it just reminded me how much I love Persona 5, how amazing Persona 5 is.
It's a good game.
It's no slight to any other RPG that's come out since, but it's really the best one of this generation, this past generation. It really is. And there's been some great ones like Dragon Quest XI, Final Fantasy VII Remake, and Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, which came out for the PS3. But Persona 5 is just super great. But I felt like I was in Persona 5 shorter, and I was in Tales of Arise longer.
Okay.
But then I looked at the actual play times. It took me about 50 hours to beat Tales of Arise, and Persona 5 it takes about 97.
Oh wow! Okay.
And I was probably in there for over 100.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's not like I didn't like Tales of Arise, but at the end it was like, oh man, this is still going on. You kind of have that with games. Even Red Dead Redemption 2, I know a lot of people felt that with, because that's a supremely long game.
Yeah.
With like an ending that, an epilogue really, that felt like it was like 10, 20 hours and could have been a DLC, but they packed it in with the game. So that was great. But now that I'm finished and I realized how much of my time that's been taking, I want to talk about the remainder of the year, because this is the beginning of November as we are recording this, and I want to know from each of you, and I'll tell you mine first, whether you're going to be playing more backlog games you haven't gotten to, or whether you're for the year, or whether you're going to be playing new games that come out in November and December. And if you are, what are you most excited for?
Okay.
For me, I think, I'm going to finish Scarlet Nexus. I haven't finished that yet.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to finish, or I'm going to buy Kenna,
That's
right?
one, yeah.
We talked about that.
Kana.
Yeah.
Kana.
That's it.
Yeah.
He never.
Kana.
Yeah.
Kana Bridge of Spirits.
We learned it last time. It's all right. I've had more time with it than you guys, but it's Kana.
Yeah. So I'm going to buy that and play that. And
I highly recommend that title. That's a great title. I think you'll really have a great time with it. Yep.
Yeah. I like the fact that I can play it in the weekend,
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm not really sure on Deathloop. I think maybe I might not. And the only thing, not the only thing, it doesn't look like it's. I'm not sure I want to play it more than I want to play other things.
Okay.
And I don't want to play it on PC. Right? So I can play this game on PS5, but I can't play the sequel on PS5 because it's going to be an Xbox and PC game.
Oh, sure.
So it's kind of like in my mind, I'm like, do I really want to get invested in this, knowing I'm not going to be able to play it? You know what I mean?
On the wrong platform.
You show them your wallet on, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not even like how dare you?
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Be on PlayStation.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's good for them. But it's not going to be over here, A game like Elder Scrolls 6, I'll probably play it on my laptop.
Okay.
Depending on how Starfield looks, I'll probably play it on my laptop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm not really clamoring for it, Deathloop. But yeah, those are kind of the games. And then I think if we all pick one, maybe we'll play Call of Duty or Battlefield. Obviously, almost no chance to play both. I want to get one and learn one. And that'll be interesting. But so I'm kind of in wait and see mode with those two. Like, when the reviews come out, the previews, the heavy previews, which one seems like it's worth my time. If I don't have people to play with, I probably just won't play either of those. And I don't really think there's anything at the end of the year that's like super big on the PlayStation side.
There isn't that I've seen, so we'll go. I'll go next. Yeah,
go for it.
I've been looking a lot into this. I'm like, what am I going to do? Because I'm going to make some videos every month, and what am I going to make videos of? But there's really nothing that seems like anyone's going to really care about, And that's not to say there aren't games that people are going to care about, but generally speaking, from like a AAA standpoint, there's really nothing that is standing out to me. I've looked at the lists over and over again. I don't remember them, but I can't tell you one game that I know that's coming out this month or next month that I know I'm going to get and play. Now, that being said,
Avengers just came out.
You said, you mean Guardians?
Guardians, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so I did mean Guardians.
That being said, you mentioned Battlefield, Call of Duty. Ken and I will be playing Halo.
Yes, we will.
I'll be playing on my PC. I'm not going to buy an Xbox for that, but we will be playing some Halo this holiday season. And I'm interested in Battlefield, so if that seems to go fine, I wouldn't mind picking that up and playing that with you guys.
Yeah.
Other than that,
that's kind of what I'm leaning towards.
Yeah. I've had enough Call of Duty over the years. We tried again with the last one, and it just
not the last one, the one before that, World War II.
Yeah, and it was good.
We had some good times, but
hackers,
They're foregoing the campaign this year, right? On Battlefield.
On Battlefield, they are. Yes, it's only multiplayer.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, and I'd have fun in that sandbox, so I could see it being a fun time no matter what. Just jumping in the game and getting in a helicopter, flying around, shooting some people, jumping out of it, whatever. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And I will say, and I was gonna backpedal to that. If I need a game to play, I will pick up Guardians and check it out. I've been doing a lot of research into this game, and I've heard a lot of mixed signals, man. Some people love it, some people hate it. Or not. I don't even think anyone really hates it. Some people love it, and some people are like, it's not, Spider-Man.
It's okay.
It's not as good as Insomniac Spider-Man.
Insomniac
that's what they really wanted, I think. They really wanted that level of quality applied to a Guardians of the Galaxy game, and let's not lie here, who doesn't, right? But I've still heard some great things about it. So I do think that's a game I will play. I'm just at this point, I'm like, I'm okay to not play it right away. I'll see it on sale. But if there's really nothing going on, I will pick up Guardians and play that. So that's about it for me.
And there is a benefit to the fact that game isn't super uber popular, is that you can live your life and not worry about spoilers.
True.
Like it's a game you could pick up next month and enjoy it just the same as you did this month.
Right.
It really is.
Right.
So that's a game that's like, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
It's not like one of the like when God of War comes out. That
you got to get that
midnight.
Right
midnight. You got to be playing that bad boy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yep.
That's when everything else stops. Yeah. Horizon.
But
for the people who are Halo people, Halo.
Yeah.
Right. For the Haloers,
the
Angels.
For me, I love my PlayStation. I play it almost every day, but this fall, it's like Xbox really has a good lineup. I mean, they do. They got Halo, and Forza Horizon 5 comes out, I believe, this week. And I'm not a big racing car guy. Racing games aren't my thing. But there's something about the Forza Horizon.
You know how I know you're not a big racing car guy? Because you said racing car.
Racing car, because I don't do that. I don't have a wheel. I don't have pedals on the floor. I just use the controller and I play it.
That's like sports ball.
Sports ball, yeah. Don't you play the sports ball?
You guys playing sports ball today?
But there's something about the Horizon series that it's more of an arcade kind of game. It's not a pure simulation. Because I played the straight up Forza games and they're good. They're really good.
Yeah.
Very high quality. But I don't have as much fun. Like the Horizon games, I just feel like they're made to be a really fun game. You're driving a car around, but you have a ton of cars to choose from. You have different challenges that come up. They have like weekly challenges you can do in the game to keep it fresh all the time. Different weather effects going on. I mean,
is it free on Game Pass?
It is free on Game Pass. So yeah, it's available on Game Pass if you already pay for Game Pass.
Okay,
yeah.
Is it?
So it'll be right there, day one on PC and Xbox. So I'll be playing on PC.
Halo?
Halo is Game Pass, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if anyone didn't know, Discord Nitro is giving if you are a Discord Nitro person, they're giving away 2 free months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So I'm saving that till the launch day of
wait a second.
Yeah.
So they're giving Game Pass that you can play on your Xbox, but you can't use Discord when you're on your Xbox.
Well, I don't know. I'm using it on my PC, so
I know. I'm just saying it's kind of a weird promotion. I wonder, is there an announcement coming up soon? Are we going to be able to use it on Xbox?
So they did the same thing with something else, and I can't remember what it was. And damn it, I'm still subscribed to whatever it was. So I think
that's how they get you.
Yeah, I think they're just working together. They're like, hey, it's a promotion. Discord's helping Xbox. Whatever their agreement is, they're getting money from Xbox to do it. And people are getting a couple free months, and then they're sticking with it. So, Discord is the largest communication platform for gamers right now. So, it would be stupid for them to not try to advertise through them, and for them to be like, "Hey, anyone here, try it. It's free. You can try it."
That makes tons of sense.
It's the best way. Yeah. So, they'll get people they'll keep people after that too.
And they have a deal with Sony, right?
They do. Sony paid some money. They invested in Discord. Yeah.
Discord will be in the PlayStation eventually. You'll have your whole Discord app through your PlayStation, and you'll be able to use that as chat instead of anything else. And I'm excited about that.
That'd be a beautiful day when that happens.
Hurry up, Sony.
Yep.
Well, especially with
let's go.
All these cross-play games. You're getting this cross-play compatibility, and if you don't use the in-game chat, you're kind of stuck, or you have to use your phone or something.
Or for instance, if we're playing
like a Nintendo person, you gotta use your phone.
Or for instance, Andre and I will be playing a game on PlayStation, right? I want to be on Discord. Andre wants to be in the PlayStation chat. Well, this could be solved. I could be on my headphones on my computer next to my PlayStation, and he could have his PlayStation headset on, and it's no different. So. It'll be a lot of great things for a lot of people when that happens. So I'm looking forward to it.
The Discord integration would be
awesome. Yeah.
Great.
So I'm saving that. I have till April 26th to accept that 2 free month trial. So I'm gonna save it for the day Halo launches. Then I'm gonna play Halo, and then I don't have to pay for Halo. And then after that, from what Ken told me, Halo multiplayer is free. So you should join us on that, Andre.
It is.
So you could just play with us, and you don't have to pay for anything. So that's you'd have to play on your laptop, obviously, but that's what it is. So anyway, back to you, Ken. What else were you going for?
No, to me, those are the 2 big ones. I'm a big Destiny guy. The expansion for Destiny got delayed till February, so they have a big holiday thing. They have the 30th anniversary of Bungie. And they have a new dungeon and some new cool stuff, but it's not a big expansion. So that comes out in December. But they want the money, Bungie. They want your money. They want $100 for the whole deal. That's a whole year of the game basically until the next year, and that includes all the seasonal content, the big drop in February, and everything else. So.
Yeah, so just kind of sink it through the next the end of the year here. We're just floating through it.
Yeah,
but whatever we can do to get by, right?
Dropping some money on that and staying with that addiction, for the time being. So, but other than that, there's stuff dropping. You keep talking about Game Pass, but they've been dropping stuff every week or two. And I saw It Takes Two just got added to it the other day. I have that on PlayStation, but if you have Game Pass. Highly recommend that game. It's a blast. You do need 2 players. You got to play. Can't
do it by yourself.
Like the name of the game, you have to.
It literally takes 2.
Yeah.
Yes,
I like that they did that. Yeah, I like that they did that.
But it's a heck of a game. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So
Microsoft, man. Send us some,
All right, so we're gonna
a little scratch here. We're trying to help you out.
we're gonna be coasting through and trying to make the best of this holiday season. But for anyone else that's listening, let us know. We'd love to hear what you're playing this holiday season. Yeah. And you might let us know something we weren't even thinking about that we'd be interested in. So hit us up. Ken, you had an interesting topic for today. What you got?
Yeah. Well, and it's something that's not available yet. It's not here today. This is something coming in the future, an ominous future. They don't even really say when. But our favorite social media company, Facebook, they're They're not Facebook anymore. They're Meta.
What did you
say? That's the name of the company.
So real quick, they're not Meta yet. You know why?
Not Meta yet. Why not?
Because there's a company that owns the name.
That
wants no
they
less.
own Meta or Metaverse?
They own the name Meta. So they want no less. They want no less than $20 million.
Oh, geez. Well, they're
to
not
give Facebook this name.
They'll probably get a couple.
They'll probably
get a couple million.
They'll probably
They'll get some money. They'll be getting paid. Yeah,
I'd hold out for the 20.
Well, that's a sidestep. Either way, it's going to be called Metaverse, whatever. So tell us more about it.
They're doubling down on that. Well, first, did either of you guys watch?
Do me a favor, make it sound not so dumb.
I'll really try. All right. Well, did either of you watch the Facebook Connect where they talked about it in detail? So that's out there. If you want to see in detail, it's pretty excruciating detail of like what their vision for this is.
Time out. You watched that?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Fans, lords, ladies, countrymen, look at what this man is doing for you.
Yeah.
All right?
I know.
For David.
Hey, it's actually a big deal.
Andre.
It's actually a big deal, Andre. They're talking about
that.
It's going to be like the VR world, like
it is.
Ready Player One.
Yeah.
It is.
He watched that for us. You know what? I saw a picture of it. You know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
Discount, like Walmart Home. Like
what?
Yeah, you remember PlayStation Home?
Oh, geez, yeah. No, this will be. I remember that on PlayStation 3, and it was delayed. It was delayed. It finally came out, and then people were like, "What the heck do we do with this? You just have a house you walk around in."
It was ahead of. It's like one of those things that's literally ahead of its time.
Yeah,
you remember because you saw a video on it. I showed you a video of it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I just remember that during the reveal, there was a British lady and she kept saying "home." It was hilarious. It was like she was Laura Croft.
Home.
But go.
The Metaverse. Yeah, this is. It's like as close as you can get to a holodeck. Like if you're a Trekkie, you watch this, Star Trek Next Generation. They go in the holodeck. You can make anything you want. Make any kind of environment, any kind of game.
As long as you own the NFT.
Well, and that's the thing. You'll be able to be a creator. You can be a creator in the metaverse and make your own stuff, and then sell it and make real world money on it.
That applies as well in the metaverse, much like it did in the Oasis and Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg is definitely going. He's going for Oasis. I mean, 100%. That's what they're going for. And they have. It's going to be called Horizon, which is funny because there's another game called Horizon Zero Dawn, but no, this is Facebook Horizon, which will probably be called Meta Horizon.
You see the Oasis on the horizon, which
is
exactly. I know, but it's where you can have your own house and you can decorate however you want, put all this kind of stuff in there. You can buy stuff. Like you said.
Let me sell my home and we can live in one by one cubicles.
Dude, we could do this podcast in the metaverse and it would be. It would be dope, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Really cool.
So, we all have our own homes and spaces.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not homes. We all have our own houses and spaces.
Yeah.
And we decorate them and maybe
and
sometimes
you can be like,
there's
hey, Andre, come over to my
games.
house. We're playing something.
Yeah.
And you could be playing whatever video game you want, but you're also seeing each other there.
Yeah.
And you can make a TV screen anywhere. Like you just point on the wall. It's like, I want a TV screen there or whatever you have to do. And it shows up, and then you can play something or watch a show together or something. Yeah.
Well, I love it. Yeah. I'm just gonna call it Facebook Home.
Okay, sure.
Because that's what it sounds like.
You can call it that.
It sounds like a company that wants to do the exact same thing, but actually has
the means.
I don't want to say direction, and I don't want to say means because they only have the means. I think they have the determination.
Yeah.
I think they're focused.
They're putting a ton of money behind this. We're talking billions of dollars into this. Yeah. And they're building new technologies like there's the Oculus right now, which they're getting rid of that name. It's just going to be the Meta Quest. But they have the Quest headset, which I have the version 1 of that. The version 2 is the current version. They talked about a Project Cambria, which is coming out next year, and that's the new version of their VR headset that isn't fully announced yet. And it'll be much higher specs, higher resolution, much better processor. It'll actually be able to do face tracking and emulate your face in VR, so you can have an avatar that will match your expressions and your
Nobody
emotions
wants that.
and stuff.
Everyone wants to be a 16-year-old girl in a school outfit. Ken.
Well, you can still do that.
No. I'm definitely going to be a Japanese schoolgirl.
That's okay. Well, but it'll match your facial expressions. It'll just look like a schoolgirl.
Yeah. So this is like epic VR chat. Is that what you're telling me?
100%. Yeah.
I mean, you do not know the way. You do not know the way.
Yeah.
I know the way.
But it's opening the doors to a whole lot of stuff. I mean, it's possibilities are pretty unlimited with it. I mean, you could have any kind of game experience, whatever. They talk about using it for productivity and workspaces too. That's a whole thing where you can do meetings, presentations in Metaverse, and you just have access to everything at your disposal. So you can show demos of stuff in VR, basically. But they got to get these things in people's hands. That's the problem. It's like market penetration on VR headsets not great, and they're trying to bring the price down, get people to buy them. And then they're also developing these like glasses, like AR glasses, but I feel like those are still a couple years out at least. And
is it going to be over one eye like a scouter or two eyes?
No. It to be both eyes, and then it has like a kind of hologram projector where it'll project AR images that you can see.
Okay. So, sounds like Google
Glass. Google Glass. Yeah. It'll be similar to that, but they're trying to make it more accessible. I imagine it'll be somewhat more affordable. It'll probably be in the $400 or $500 range instead of the $3,000 that Google Glass was.
So you're excited about Mark's Meta?
Yeah.
I assume it won't even cost that much. I assume it'll be free.
Your device is offline. To connect, swipe down from the top.
Alexa heard you. She's like, get off.
Oh, I thought you had the prototype for the Meta.
No, that was Alexa. She was upset.
So I don't even assume it'll cost that much. I assume it'll be free as long as people are still willing to continue to give away all of their private information for free.
Well, they are very concerned about cost, and they want it to be low cost. They want you to be in the Metaverse because when you sell stuff, let's say you create stuff. Let's say, David, like you make these like dope ass posters that people put on their walls in the Metaverse. You sell them for $5, and you get $4, and Meta company gets $1 of each one.
Yeah.
So that's how they're making their money. From all these creators making stuff in there, and as long as they get a cut of each thing, and there's millions of people in there making stuff, they're making a shit ton of money. So the service, probably be free. The hardware, they're going to sell it pretty low cost. They don't want there to be a high barrier to entry. They want people to get this stuff and use it because they're trying to get you hooked on this. And I don't know. I think it could work. I think 5 years from now we'll be doing this podcast. We'll be in our Metaverse
5
bubble.
years? 5 years?
Yeah.
And so to be in a Metaverse, you have to have VR.
Well, no, you don't.
No. Okay.
That's you could still use. You could enter into these spaces like through a portal, either on your phone or a PC, but it's just not as immersive. You're like looking at it from afar. And you can still interact with people that are in the VR space. At least that's my understanding from watching the presentation. It looks like that's what their goal is.
All right. Yeah. One more question.
Yeah.
This is important. If you die in the game, do you die in real life?
Not yet.
Yeah. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, I feel like this is one of those things where Ken is on the money, and in five years it's going to be like ubiquitous, and it's just going to make everything easier or better. Or this is the part where we probably should have murdered Mark Zuckerberg. Like this is the point. This is the point where we should have took him out before the machines rose up, and we were forced into our decades-long subjugation.
Hey man,
before the resistance finally took hold.
Hey, he's
like that's how I feel. One of those two.
Yeah. Enter the Matrix.
He's
man.
he's making the software. He's not making the robots. Elon Musk is the one making the robots. So their powers combined, might be a recipe for disaster. But we'll have to see.
The hit list is growing larger.
Elon Musk's the manufacturer, and Facebook is the engineers making Skynet. So
that's it. That's it, man.
See what happens.
Yeah,
either really good or really bad.
I don't know. I can't wait. I think I've had a little taste of it because I've gone into the beta on the Horizon thing, and it's cool. I mean I've only been in there a few times, but the one time I was, there's people going around. They can just come up and talk to you, be like, "Hey, how's it going?" This one guy's like, "Hey, check out this stuff I made," and he's like, "Let's go to his." You can warp off to his location. You kind of teleport there, and he had built, like in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, he built the 3 tests at the end, so you could go through it in VR. So he made like all the goblets there, and then the leap of faith across the chasm and stuff, and he did all that in VR, and it was sick, man. It was really awesome, and this is such an early version of that. I'm like, I can't imagine what people are gonna do when they get really advanced tools. They have time to, make really detailed worlds. I mean, you're gonna see some really cool stuff.
It sounds cool.
Looking forward to it.
Sounds, it sounds good. It sounds cool, and
I want to hang out in H's
especially
basement,
for creators like David, or artists like David, I should say. It sounds great. I just, everybody just prepare themselves. Watch a couple seasons of Sword Art Online, just in case.
Right.
Just in case. It can't hurt. It's a great anime, and you might need it. You might need these skills.
Well, and Facebook's not the only ones going in on this. Microsoft, their Ignite conferences this week, and I was watching some of that too. And that's for developers, right? That's like geared towards software developers, programmers, and stuff. And they're talking about Metaverse is something they're getting into as well. Like Microsoft Teams is going to have Metaverse. And I mean, Apple's been working on their own AR stuff for a while too. So you know that they've got something they're working on.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like how the Legion of Doom was formed.
Is it?
It sounds like the beginning of when Lex Luthor met the Joker, and they were like, "Oh, really? You got a guy that annoys the hell out of you too?" Yeah, I got one over in Gotham. Yeah, just like a bat. No, I'm serious.
All right,
a bat.
Well, all hail the Metaverse. We'll find out. Mark your calendars, ladies and gentlemen. 11/4/2021 in 5 years. In 2026. We will be in the Metaverse, according to Ken. So we'll see. We'll see you back here in 5 years. Good night, Lee. Goodbye. Goodbye. No. So I had a really interesting question for you guys tonight. So I'll start off with a little back end here. So I've been playing some Miles Morales, and I've been really having a good time with it. It's exactly what I expected. It's more Spider-Man. You're playing a different Spider-Man, but the gameplay is the same. You've got some different abilities. Animations are really cool and tailored to Miles Morales. And you've got a different story, but it's more of the great Spider-Man gameplay that we love and know. And that's why it took so long to play it, because I'd already had enough. Not that I didn't love it, but I had platinumed the first one that Insomniac made, and I played the crap out of it even after I platinumed it. So I was just trying to take a little break between them. And recently I was like, you know what, I'm ready to be Spider-Man again. So I popped in Miles Morales, and I've been having a really great time with it. And I've looked back, I looked back at Spider-Man 2, PlayStation Spider-Man 2, and I didn't realize this because it had been so long since I'd played the game, but there's a lot of similarities between the games. It's the same kind of game, actually. There's even the car scene of breaking people out of the car while they're shooting at you. It's just not as good. Combat's the same, not as good. Swinging around the city's the same, not as good. And cutscenes, not as good. So to me, it was very interesting because I didn't remember the game like that. It's been a long time, but going back and looking at it, there's a lot of similarities between them. And it was a great game for its time, but Insomniac did what they needed to do to make it a great game. So this leads me to my question. Soon, Insomniac is coming out with a Wolverine game. And I am really excited to see what they're going to do with this character. And another thing, real quick, going back to Spider-Man, that's really fun, the combat is it's awesome. The combat in Spider-Man is amazing. But not only that, swinging around the city is fun as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Traversing the city, it's just fun to swing around. Which made me think, is and I don't know if either of you have played an old Wolverine game or not. I know Ken has, right?
The X-Men Origins Wolverine. I was looking for it. I wanted to play it, but I couldn't even find it anywhere to purchase it.
Like, the last one I played was X2 Wolverine's Revenge. Did you guys play that game?
No. The last game I played was X-Men on the Genesis.
So I really enjoyed X2 Wolverine's Revenge, and I think a lot of people it's another game of mixed reviews. A lot of people thought it was too difficult. I was maybe 15, 16 at the time, I think, when I played it when it came out, and I loved it. Thing about this game is it's kind of linear, and not so much linear. It's still kind of open a bit, but you can kind of make your own decisions. There's stealth gameplay, where you would go around and you'd try to kill people, just much like in Spider-Man before they saw you, and then you get into big combo cut-offs, same kind of deal. So my main question is, what kind of traversal do you think we're going to see in Wolverine? Do you think it's going to be an open world game, or do you think it's going to be more linear like the previous ones have been? And if it is open world, what kind of movement or traversal do you see us having fun with playing as Wolverine, if that's the case? And other than that, we can go into talking about any ideas you think this game is going to be, what kind of game we're going to see.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think you hit the nail on the head when you brought up Spider-Man. There are some characters who thrive in an open world, who need an open world. Spider-Man's one of them.
Yep.
I mean, I even in the interior sections, Spider-Man's amazing. Mm-hmm. You know, the game that Spider-Man 2 is a sequel of, Spider-Man, like the movie game, was great. It was not open world, but it was like very good, even for the the indoor sections. Yeah. It's just a very good game. And Spider-Man 2 was much better. One of the most well-regarded superhero games of all time. I do not believe, first of all, Wolverine rarely has solo games, right? I do not believe it. I don't think it'll be open world. No. I don't know how. So he's not just going to be running around, right? Like he's in New York. I mean, I think that's where that might not be where the game takes place, but that's where like the institute is, Charles Xavier's Institute for the Gifted. He's not just going to be running around. He's not going to be driving cars. So
real quick, from the teaser trailer, it appears that they're going to probably be in Asia, but it also looks like this could either be an origin story for him, or it could be an older story where he's actually Logan. Right. So but it looks like there's in the teaser trailer. If you look, there's Easter eggs that indicate it's gonna be. He's at a bar in Asia. Yeah.
So what I think my prediction is, it's going to be. Now, when I say this, I don't mean in gameplay, but I think it's going to be like Uncharted. You know, there's like a chapter. Yeah. There's cutscenes. There's great acting, and then you're in like a kind of like Uncharted 4. You're in a bigger open, but it's a level. Yeah. It's a level, and Uncharted has levels, and I think Wolverine will have levels. Yeah. That's what I think it's going to be.
I agree with you.
It's going to be weird to see him just running around or taking a cab, you know, or if it were an X-Men game, like maybe they'll fly the Blackbird, but just Wolverine.
So Wolverine has run around the ground like an animal and lunged and do super jumps that are very quick, and he's got his claws that could sink into buildings, so he could lunge,
he got a Jeep.
Sink,
he loves Jeeps.
Lunge. He's
a Jeep man.
He got a motorcycle.
I think you got to look at the strengths of the character. Like Spider-Man, his whole strength is that he swings around, so the camera's kind of pulled back a little bit. You get to enjoy the whole swinging action. Mm-hmm. The Wolverine, his defining feature is his claws, right? His adamantium claws. I have a feeling it's going to be. I don't think it'll be first person, but I think it's going to be kind of close. Like you're going to feel like it's really close up. Yeah, because I feel like that would get you more immersed into that, using the claws, the action. Like I think there'll be a lot of destructible environments. because I want to be able to slash through a wall if I want to, you know, be able to just like cut through stuff and feel like you're right there, you know, close to him. Because I think that's what Wolverine's about. He's that melee combat character, and to get the most out of it, I feel like it needs to be pushed up a little bit closer to him so you can kind of feel that energy when you're playing it. So that's how I would do it.
Yeah. I love that idea. And the way you talked about claws is the way I talk about lightsabers in Star Wars games, like third-person Star Wars games. It's like whenever the lightsaber is just like a baton, like a light baton, I'm just instantly out. I need it to
be visceral.
Cut. Yeah. You know, I need to cut things. It's a lightsaber. And his claws are adamantium steel. Just like a skeleton.
Oh, I think we are going to see a very mature Wolverine game. I think it's going to be very mature, and there's going to be gore. Going to be slicing through stuff for sure. So that's not a question. But I agree. I don't think we have to worry about that. I think Insomniac's going to give us slicing through.
Oh, I'm right here with you, David. There's no way they do this game if it's not M-rated. And I like we said before, like I said before, I think you can glean a lot from a teaser, and I think that teaser is like, I mean, imagine if that were Peter Parker in that teaser. There's guys sprawled out. Like that's not how he is. Even if they're just knocked out.
Yeah, he at least puts them against the wall.
That'd be weird for Spider-Man. Yeah,
with webbing. To hang out for a while.
Exactly. Right. There'd be like guys struggling. It'd be a little comedic. Like, I wiped the floor with you guys. Those guys were in pain. Some of them probably dead. You know, like that. The tone was different. You know, and that, you know, and that's how I think. I mean, I agree. I have no question that the claws are going to do mature rated damage to the enemies. The question more is like what Ken said. It's like, are you going to be able to slice through trees, slice through, you know, vehicles, or how deep is that going to go?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see him like slice through a wall, right? And then use it to send like chunks to blind the enemy or whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's where it gets difficult because that's the thing about like a Superman game, right? He's too powerful, so it's like you can't make a good Superman game. You know what I mean? Right. And it's like Superman should be able to fly through a building if he wants. He should be able to crash through a building, crash through the other side. Yeah. Well, I mean, this isn't the PlayStation 6 or the PlayStation 9. You know what I mean? Like. There are these consoles are great. The Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. We're talking about PlayStation 5 here since it's Insomniac and it'll be an exclusive, but they still have limitations. Even the highest PCs that come out in 2-3 years still have limitations, right? So it'll be interesting to see how much they can do. You know, with the environments.
Yeah, man. I trust them. You know,
but I would love that, David. I would love every wall you can do the X and then use the chunks, throw shit at people. You know,
some enemy throws a car at you and you can just slice it in half before it gets to you. Like, cool. I want that. You know,
but are we asking too much? It's like they're not God.
They can pull that off.
Well, so this is the reason I'm asking this, because I looked back and Spider-Man, Insomniac Spider-Man is Spider-Man 2. It's just better, right? Yeah. It's got more of an open world. You know, it's got stuff we can do now with the... But if you look, man, it's really interesting to me, all the stuff I saw, and I'm like, wow, that car scene, I don't remember that. And he gets on the car and he's beating him up and dodging the bullets. It's the same thing. So my question is, are they just going to do the same thing with an old Wolverine game? Because they could. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. They could totally take X2 or something else,
or X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, and make it what Insomniac wants to make it.
Yeah.
Or are they going to go down Old Man Logan? And this is the only way. I really like what you said about getting closer up on the camera, but the only way I really see that is if it's Old Man Logan. And that would be really cool to do. Like have that God of War, Old Man Logan. He's slower moving, but he's doing some damage, you know. I could really see that, and I really like that. Otherwise, I think he needs to be a little more nimble, and he needs to be able to move around some more.
Yeah. I mean, do you see a lot of verticality? I mean, are you like climbing buildings with your claws and stuff?
Well, that's a question too. I see him being able to jump up and then you can kind of like in Metroid where she goes to the grapple beam and then she puts herself against the ceiling to hide. I could see you climbing along walls with your claws and then doing
we talk
stuff.
about Spider-Man 2, and that's great. That's a great point to bring up. Great reference point. And then we talk about Wolverine. It's funny that we're asking these questions because when you think about it, Wolverine's solo outings are dwarfed by Spider-Man's.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when Activision had the license, they were pumping out Spider-Man games like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I mean, not every year, but like
it's like every
2 years. Yeah. I mean, Web of Shadows or The Amazing Spider. Every time there was a movie, there was a movie.
If they could, they would, right?
Yeah. And they weren't all bad or anything. I'm not even saying that, but like obviously it wasn't Insomniac Spider-Man. That's why Insomniac Spider-Man is held in such high regard. And all those games even failed to surpass Spider-Man 2 in people's minds. And I really think Insomniac Spider-Man has done that, which is a tall task that people didn't think. Because you're fighting nostalgia at that point, really. Because people don't go back every year. Oh, let me play it now. You know what I mean? It's just how that game was in their minds. But Wolverine's games, it's like it's the game you played, right? X2, Wolverine's Revenge, and then there's Wolverine's Origins. Those are the only like modern Wolverine games I can think of, really.
When he's not like in a group doing X-Men stuff,
he's in like Ultimate Alliance. Yeah, he's in some, obviously Marvel vs. Capcom. I mean, he's in some other games. He'll be in that like strategy game by the XCOM guys. But as far as Wolverine, so my point is like we really don't know, because with Spider-Man it's like, oh, they should do the web slinging from Web of Shadows, but make it a little bit more like this. They should do the fighting from Edge of Time or whatever Spider-Man.
How do you think they'll handle his healing ability? Because it's like, to me,
I think they should do it just like they did it in Origins.
Okay, because how do you balance that where you don't make it too easy?
And this is a question too about the Superman.
I think it should be like Call of Duty healing. I think Call of Duty healing is Wolverine healing. It's like, he gets messed up, but if you wait a while, he'll heal. I think they'll show it. I think they'll have it down to a skeleton. Origins did a great job of that.
Yeah.
Like really some Origins gameplay we could watch, but Origins did a great job of that to where it messed up his clothes, messed up his face, all the way down to the skeleton. And then after a while, they're just gonna have to say, "All right, you're defeated." You know what I mean? Because in the comics, we've seen he's basically him and Deadpool. They really can't die except for some, certain extreme circumstances. We've seen them come back from some crazy stuff. So eventually, the game's just gonna have to say, "All right, you're dead. You're unconscious or something." Even in the movies, we see, big part of Origins, is that like he can't really die. Like they have him at a firing squad, him and Sabretooth, and he lived. And
well, I feel like they need the pace of the game have to be at a certain, like, kind of a pretty fast pace, so that way you feel like there is some imminent danger, because you're like your health can go down. It can bring you to that point where you could die. So I foresee like there being fight scenes that are pretty action-packed and fast-paced. Like you just, to be able to get through it and for it to provide a challenge, like you'll have to learn a little bit of strategies, whatever the move sets are or whatever, and to be able to traverse through whatever map or use things around you. I really hope they take that approach where it's not just slash. It's like, well, there's enemies that there is some strategy to. Like this guy, you have to hit him from behind or something. So you got to find a way to get around.
I don't even think it needs to be that crazy. I don't even think. I mean, look at Spider-Man's combat, right? You hit down to heal, but you can do that as long as you're doing damage. So he might as well be healing just as fast as Wolverine, right? So you think about it. How do you die in Spider-Man? Spider-Man? Well, basically by getting overwhelmed and not taking out the priority targets first. They could do a similar thing in Wolverine where it's just an onslaught, and if you're not taking out the threats, and a lot of them have different ways that they require to be defeated, so if you're not getting your combos to get your powers to do whatever you need to do to take out these guys, then you'll get overwhelmed and you'll die. So I don't even think they even need to worry about how you're healing. You could just not even have an HP counter there. You could just say there's no health bar. You're taking hits. You see the red.
I would like
and
that.
at a certain point, that's
what I think it'll be.
Yeah.
I really think it'll be like Call of Duty healing.
I think as long as there's a cadence with it. As long you're taking damage, right? But as long as you're moving through the motions, you're not getting hit and you're doing damage, you will maintain a high level of health points where you'll be able to survive an encounter.
Because he should be able to
it'd be like a dance,
some damage.
Yeah, it'll be like a dance.
Yeah, like
combat
a dance.
Combat dance. So
the water dance.
So that's going back and talking about like how hard it is to make a Superman game. Yeah, he's super strong, and he's like indestructible. So how do we? There's ways. There's a way where there's a will, there's a way. And they've already made 2 Wolverine games where you've got a guy who basically can't die, and they made those fun. So they'll figure it out.
I was really hoping Rocksteady would do a Superman
just the
game.
ability to fly.
Yeah.
Superman has to be able to fly. He has to be super strong.
Right. You have to have laser vision. You got to have the laser.
He can't be getting taken out by guns. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like,
There's no threat. His only threat's kryptonite.
And
then, does every enemy have kryptonite? Like,
I think you have a health bar, right? You play in a Superman, you have a health bar game, but it's not Superman's health bar. It's the destruction around you.
Yeah.
It's the people, the buildings, the destruction that's going on.
Yeah, I think Superman returned. There was a game that did that, and I think that's.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the what they did, and I think that makes sense.
He doesn't want people to die. He wants to save people, and he minimizes destruction. So I think as long as you're, there's just a bunch of shit going on all the time, right? So you gotta wait. Yeah. Oh, that comet's coming down, but I got a minute. Like I'll go take care of this airplane that I don't know, whatever, right?
Juggle different activities and
it can be done
and threats.
So you think that'll happen? You think they'll ever make a good Superman
they'll make
game?
a Superman game, yeah.
I mean, they've made good games that Superman is in, right?
Like fighting
Injustice.
games, like Injustice,
Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. I think that could be good. He's in there.
I think the best way to make a Superman game right now is like what you had mentioned earlier about what you think Wolverine will be, an Uncharted style game where you're playing a story narrative where there's stuff that can still go. You can still miss a checkpoint and not progress forward unless you do a certain challenge check, whatever that may be. There's so many ways to make a Superman game. I'm surprised they haven't. I
really think it's just super hard.
I bet you will see one this console generation.
Really?
Oh, that's
the moment you play Superman and you can't do something Superman can do. We'll take Spider-Man for example. Everything Spider-Man can do, you can do in Insomniac Spider-Man.
All the time,
right?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. But Peter Parker he can't crash through. He's strong, right? He's very strong.
Yeah.
But he can't fly. He can't crash through steel buildings.
He struggles lifting up a car. He can do it, but he's not like Superman.
Yeah, but he can't fly through a steel building
freezing
and go
breath.
out the other building. You know what I mean? And the heat vision, the freeze breath, I think they can do that with the technology. But the
X-ray vision.
Can he basically walk through anything? Can he punch through anything? The entire city has to be destructible.
Oh, sure.
There are so many destructible environments in games with strong characters, but literally everything doesn't have to be destructible because they're not capable of destroying literally everything. Superman is. That's the difference. And that's what's going to make Wolverine so hard, because if you have those claws, like Ken was talking about, you go up in a wall and you claw it, well, what's going to happen? Is it going to leave a deep gash? I would like that, Is it going to, depending on the structure, is it just going to, be destroyed? Or what's going to happen, But even Wolverine, strong as he is, he can't run through a building. Superman is super fast. And if he runs at super speed, he has to run at super, that's the thing. He has so many freaking powers. he runs at super speed and runs into a building, and he stops because the building is static and it's not destructible, then your game is just trash. I mean, like, I hate to put it like that, but it's like, as soon as you can't do something that Superman can do, or as soon as they're like, oh, these are special magic bullets, it's just like, he has to be just so much stronger than everybody else. And yeah, I mean, there's a way to do it. As far as the enemies or the powers he has, it's not easy, but it's easier than just dealing with his super speed, his super strength.
Yeah.
It's, he should be able to run through cars.
It's back to Wolverine, though.
Yeah.
It's really important to talk about Superman, and I think this generation.
I would love to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman is not everybody's favorite character because of his powers. Basically, a lot of people think he's too strong, but I think when it's done right, when the story's done right, I think he can be, fun. I like the animated series. I mean, he's a good character, but
Wolverine was an interesting choice for Insomniac, because they chose Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
Like they had kind of.
I think they have the cachet to say, I don't want Wolverine.
Marvel said, what do you want?
Yeah,
what do you want to make a game about? And they, it's like, already done Spider-Man. Another team did an Iron Man game, so they're like, let's do Wolverine. Yeah.
Iron Man would be great.
Yeah, and there's
I would love it. And there's a VR Iron Man, and I'm sure it's good.
Yeah.
But a third-person Iron Man game, you can do that.
I want Insomniac's Iron Man, I'll tell you that.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah.
Sure do.
100%.
Yeah, we just want Insomniac to do everything.
Yeah.
Basically.
Let's give Marvel. They'll be all right.
If they keep making hits, they're going to keep letting them make Marvel games.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, Wolverine, I think, will be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. This is definitely a day one purchase for me. It's Insomniac. I trust them now. They don't need to say anything else other than, hey, we're making a Wolverine. We're Insomniac. We're making a Wolverine game. I don't need to see anything. I'll buy it day one. So really looking forward to the talented team over there and what they're going to do with this. I cannot wait to see more. I will probably watch the first 1 or 2 bits of media we get from it, and then I'll just wait to play it. But
just go dark.
Yeah, but
it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while before you even get
a couple
media.
years.
Sure.
Yeah, a couple years.
Yeah.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, lords and ladies. What is
Mutants.
it? What is it?
We may be crowned king, but everyone is royal here.
That's
right.
You're damn right.
That includes mutants. That includes aliens from the planet Krypton.
Spider people.
all manner of spider people. Spider-Men, Spider-Gwen.
Fake coded individuals in the metaverse, whoever they may be.
Our new overlords of the metaverse.
That includes Mark Zuckerberg.
That includes the Danons and the Renans from Tales of Arise.